Are you tired of chasing likes and comments? Tired of throwing money and ideas on social media? Feeling like social media runs your business? Do you feel trapped like there's no other way? Well, there is another way. You need to be more antisocial. Welcome, Trailblazers, to the Annoyingly Optimistic Show, the prime hub for the most resourceful entrepreneurs and business owners who thirst for a diverse mix of knowledge, stimulation, and a touch of humour. I'm your host, Paul Inskip, ready to guide you on this adrenaline-charged expedition through the realm of business. Together, we'll traverse the intriguing terrain of ideas, dissect the codes of success, and present you with the effective strategies to worry less, make more, and be brilliant. I'm all ears to your feedback, so reach out and comment or drop me a message to share how this podcast has impacted you, sparked your inspiration, or offered a fresh viewpoint. Let's kickstart this annoyingly optimistic expedition together, and always keep in mind to worry less, make more, and be brilliant. So break free from the monotonous clutches of social media and catapult your business to success. Wave goodbye to the like button and set sail on a voyage to a diverse marketing island where social media is just a tiny speck on the horizon. Now, fear not, social media fans. We're not asking you to completely ghost your online presence. You can still slide into those DMs, but remember, there's more to business than just scoring viral hits. Now hold your horses, folks, and prepare yourselves for a seismic revelation about your intrepid host. Now, don't gasp in horror, but recently I publicly declared that I live outside the realm of Facebook and WhatsApp. Now, this confession left the person that I was talking to sporting a look that was a perfect cocktail of shock, disbelief, and maybe a smidgen of pity. A look that mirrored the one I usually get when I brazenly announce, I'm not on Facebook. And as their jaw hits the floor, I can't help but chuckle. Now, let's face it, being the black sheep in this digital world does have its perks. Social media is a tool to allow people to connect. It is pervasive and all-encompassing, but it is just one tool. Now, I choose the tools I use to allow my business to connect in the ways that suit my customers, most importantly. But that's also to suit my business and how it works. Now, every single business makes these decisions every day, and no business, not one, is everywhere all at once, all of the time. Now, that's almost a very great film reference if you know that one, and if you do, I'm just going to say googly eyes. Now, your favorite shop isn't available for you to pop in at 3 a.m. Your local IKEA isn't in your back garden. We have the choice of where, when, and how we interact with customers. And that means we must choose so that we can give them a better experience and not be an omnipotent slave to social media. If people don't want to let me help their business because I'm not on their favorite social media platform, then that's really unfortunate for them. The point is, social media is a tool you choose, not something that defines your... Oh, the tales I could tell from my stint in the labyrinth of social media. As an enthusiastic business owner, I took it upon myself to be everywhere at once, mirroring the omnipresence of some divine being. I was dabbling in every platform you could think of: Facebook pages, groups, Pinterest boards, WhatsApp, Messenger, Twitter, Instagram. I was juggling all of these, following every trend and trying every trick in the book, all in an effort to keep my business in the limelight. But guess what? The end game wasn't a thriving business of mind-blowing products. No, the result was a me who was more stressed, more burdened, dealing with more headaches, and ultimately serving a subpar customer experience. Imagine trying to be the Flash of the business world and ending up tripping over your own. After stretching myself across the social media spectrum thinner than a slice of prosciutto, I finally had an epiphany. Enough was enough. So I decided to give antisocial a whirl. But not in the traditional sense of the term. You won't find me causing a ruckus and an ungodly hour or cranking out the music to disturb the neighbours. I'm talking about an organised, methodical decision-making process about how my business should operate and how I should engage with my customers. And lo and behold, the more I embraced this antisocial persona, the more my customers appreciated it and the more my business prospered. An unexpected plot twist, wouldn't you say? Now, how did becoming more antisocial help me to win? Well, the journey began from a 30,000 feet overview of my business. Now, don't worry, I'm not going skydiving. It's just a metaphor. Although I'd suggest hitting the subscribe button because that is a future podcast. So, who's buying your products? Which social media platforms are they hooked on? Or are they even on social media? And if they are, how and when do they engage? And if you're clueless about your customers' habits, preferences, and platforms, chances are you're missing out on connecting with them effectively. You could be lost in a social media jungle, not knowing what they're into and what they avoid. But hey, you're clueless. So here's where the cry often goes up. But my customers are everywhere on social media. I need to be everywhere. Sure, you could probably flaunt likes, comments, and DMs from all of the platforms. But if you take the time to take a closer look, you might realize that 80% of your prime customers come from just 20% of the channels. Now, putting more effort and creativity into those channels will result in more quality interactions and less fluff. Now, a quick heads up. Don't hit pause on this podcast. Well, at least not until the end. And obliterate your social media presence in haste. That's as unproductive as trying to be everywhere. Embark instead on an exciting mission to pinpoint where your top customers come from. Now, if you lack this data or are unable to decipher it, you're already in a tight spot. Because without these answers, your marketing strategy would resemble a haphazard shotgun approach, which is neither time nor cost. So make an effort to understand your customers, interact with them, send out surveys, utilize your unique insights about their aspirations, fears, wants, and needs to create a comprehensive customer profile. Identify where they hang out, what they engage with, and their preferred interaction methods. Armed with this knowledge, identify the best channels to reach these individuals and others similar to them. This is when embracing the antisocial approach becomes a game changer. Don't hesitate to cut out the excess, streamline, and focus on what truly matters. It's actually quite refreshing. Now, don't gauge your business success by the number of social media handles you have or how picture perfect they all are. Remember, these platforms are essentially free public spaces. You don't own them. You don't own the data. You don't own your profile or your page, and it can vanish in a blink of an eye. Adopting an antisocial approach doesn't signify a full-blown social media boycott. It's about strategizing smartly. Not every channel is mandatory. Choose wisely, start from zero, and selectively integrate platforms that boost your business. Sometimes, more often than not, less is more, particularly if it aligns with your customers' preferences. The essence here is decision-making, choosing what's best for your business. It's an exception, but you may find that you need to be everywhere. And if so, the same principles apply. Excel in one or two manageable platforms first. Gradually expand. Find the manpower, the software, and the solutions to be omnipresent. But avoid fooling yourself into believing it's a must. It's important to note that I'm not just downplaying the significance of social media for business communications. Rather, I'm emphasizing that you can achieve business success even with a minimal social media footprint, as long as you're aware of your customers' preferences. The most significant triumphs often result from taking unconventional routes, cutting through the chatter, and reaching your customers in unique, attention-grabbing ways. In short, there are countless ways to be more antisocial, or at least selectively social. Use it as a tool, but not the only tool. Just like our caveman ancestors, don't rely on a single tool for everything. We've come a long way from the Stone Age, so why limit ourselves to just one social media tool that causes more strain than gain? Channeling the antisocial vibe, I urge you to pause, rewind, and reassess your current strategy, not the podcast. And if you felt tethered to that notion of omnipresence, then it's high time to cut those bonds. You're not just a social media puppeteer, you're the master craftsman. You can sculpt your business to benefit your customers' needs. It might initially feel like you're swimming upstream, defying the social media current, but buckle up, because once you've taken the plunge, the feeling of liberation is nothing short of a champagne-popping celebration. So let's wrap this up. Keep your social media profiles, but don't let them become the ball and chain around your ankle. You don't have to run your business like a cave-dwelling hermit, but you don't have to spread yourself too thin either. Choose where you make your stand, where your best customers are. Never let the overwhelming pressure of social media pull you under. Select the right tool for your business, the one that works best for you. In a world that's moving faster than ever, take a moment, slow down, and choose to be more strategically antisocial. So that's a wrap On this episode of The Annoyingly Optimistic Show, fingers crossed it's tickled your fancy with loads of insights, inspiration, and innovative ideas to address your business challenges with a wink and enthusiastic hop. Had a ball? Share this episode, sprinkle us with stars in a review, or get in touch to see how we can make your business dreams come true. For more goodies, visit worrylessmakemore.co.uk and get signed up for my Worry Less newsletter. Until next time, keep your worries light, your ambitions high, and your brilliance ever brighter.